Oh dear. There we go. Okay. Hi, Julie Roussel here. Hey, welcome to Taco Tuesday. Well, it's definitely not Taco Tuesday here in our house, but maybe it should be, maybe with margaritas. Maybe. But thanks for joining in on the last Taco Tuesdays here, because we will be shifting back to our normal Wacky Wednesdays next week, since volleyball and coaching is finishing up for me. I'll have to admit, I do kind of miss Wacky Wednesdays a little bit. Gives us an excuse to be really fun and crazy. But as always, if you hear something that resonates with you, please leave a reaction, drop a comment or ask questions in the thread, or even if you're just saying hey when you pop in, share the video with anyone you think it might help, and PM me if you have questions or want to hear more. I'm always happy to share the things that I'm learning, and I hope that they help you. So hey, I see a few people joining in. Hello, John. Hey, nice to see you, bud. I'm glad you could pop in. Hey, Amy. Gosh, it's been a long time, lady. Hey. Hey, Michelle. So good to see you. It's been a long time, lovely lady. Hey, girl. Hello, Dan. It's so nice to see family. I'm glad you and Susie are hanging in there. I'm glad you could pop in. Say hey to her for me. So, I see more and more people joining in. Sometimes it doesn't show me who they are right away, and sometimes I miss it because if you've seen my videos before, you know that my notes are usually set landscape style, and I pretty much have to stare at them occasionally because my mind goes blank, and I'm still battling my biggest fear, which is public speaking. I know, it doesn't make sense. Don't ask. It's a really long story. But, so if I miss your name and don't see you pop in, just do me a favor and leave me a hey. It really helps me relax, and I love knowing that you're there, and I love to welcome you. So I love saying hey to my friends. But let me go ahead and ask the question for the night. Do you ever feel that you're less than perfect? That you're not enough, that you don't measure up? And if you've ever felt that way, whether it was last year or whether it was today or maybe it was 5 years ago, would you, please leave me a GIF or a yeah, that was me, in the thread and let me know that you felt that way too. I'd appreciate hearing from you. And if you've ever felt that way, I'll be honest, I've got my hand up for that one all the time. Some days a lot, some days not so much. But you're not alone. And it's something, like I said, that I've struggled with. It's also a recurring conversation that I've had about 10 times in the last 24 hours. So when I have that kind of conversation that many times in 24 hours, I kind of tend to think that there's a reason. Maybe it's just me. But and when I have those kind of conversations like 10 times within a 24-hour period, I tend to pay attention because there's obviously something I need to learn, and I don't need to get nailed over the head with it too many times to learn, I hope. And hey, Shannon, thanks for popping in, girl. Nice to see ya. But each and every one of those conversations that I've had within the last 24 hours, they've all been exactly the same. Whether it was an athlete who was feeling like they didn't measure up, that they were considering quitting because, every ball they hit wasn't a point. Maybe they weren't as strong as some other athletes. Maybe they weren't playing as much as someone else. There we go. Had to wave this out. I almost forgot. Maybe it was because you're a parent. Maybe you're upset because you're working part-time and you have kids with special needs, and they have a lot of appointment and behavior issues that you need to take care of. Maybe your house isn't perfectly clean. Maybe you still have laundry done, or you're not caught up on your emails, or you're feeling like you just don't have it together. Or if you happen to be that single college student who's changed majors a couple times, they're still working towards their degree. Their friends have all graduated, they have jobs, they have married, their kids. And I'll be honest, I've been talking to a lot of parents today and a few others, and they said, they wanted to emulate, this working parent who, seems to have it all together, and they're organized and they're on the ball, and they still manage to have a perfectly clean house and get everything done and are on top of their emails and laundry. And all those people have one thing in common. Oh, hey, Sarah. Thanks for popping in, neighbor. It's so good to see you, lady. But we all have one thing in common. We all think that we don't measure up to someone else's idea of perfect. Perfect or enough. And I don't know, maybe you felt the same way. Oh, you have, Michelle. Wow, thanks for dropping your comment in there, lady. Yeah, I feel the same way a lot. You're not alone. But to be honest, I don't think you should worry about that, because you're pretty amazing just the way you are. But anyways, if you've ever felt that same way, would you leave me a hey or a me? And I feel that way pretty often. Some days more than others. It's life, mom life sometimes. But I'll be honest though, you often see a lot of people who are successful or organized, they're super busy, and you're seeing only a small part of their life, just from the little glimpses that we catch. And we often think that we're not going to be good enough, and that we don't quite measure up to that ideal. And we tend to degrade ourselves, and you got that negative Nelly conference or negative Ned conference running around your head the whole time. I don't know, you have one of those too? I do. And if you listen to that negative conference all the time, you start to believe it, and you're constantly thinking that you're not good enough. So you're not. I mean, that's just the way it works. And you think that, well, because you're not perfect, you're like so-and-so, you couldn't possibly be worth anything. Ever felt that way too? But one day, one of my mentors taught me a very important lesson. And it's something that's really stuck with me, and it's something that I keep learning over and over again, so maybe I still need to keep relearning that lesson. But my mentor taught me, and I'm going to quote him here, you don't have to be perfect to be amazing. That you don't have to be perfect every day. Some days are going to be good, some days are going to be bad. And some days you're not going to get stuff done. Oh, hey, Donna. So nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Hey, Ralph. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad you could pop in, dude. And, but like I was saying, you just have to go out every day and just try to improve just a little. It doesn't have to be this much every day, just even this much, this tiny little bit every day. And some days you're going to be successful at improving, and some days you're not. And, hey, Janet, nice to see you, lady. Hey, tell Autumn congratulations. I'm praying for her. She's got this. And, but like I was saying, you just go out every day and you try to improve yourself just that tiny little bit. And it's the best advice that I have ever received. And it's been something that's changed my perspective totally. And I keep hearing that over and over again. So since that keeps coming up, I thought maybe I needed to share it, because maybe there were a lot of people who were feeling the same way. And I realized that my mentor was right. I know, don't tell people that they think they're right all the time. Not good. Oh, there we go. I forgot to wave at you, Janet. I'm sorry. But basically that you can be an amazing person and enough at the same time. You don't have to be exactly like Joe Schmo or Susie Schmo. You can still be amazing and enough just by being yourself. And just trying to be a little bit better every day. So if you heard something that resonated with you or that you could relate to, would you please leave me a reaction, a comment in the thread? Hey, yeah, me too, totally. I'd appreciate that, or even ask questions. You're more than welcome to do that anytime. I love to answer and talk back with my friends. Share the video with anyone you think it might help. And PM me if you have questions or want to hear more about how you can just be amazing just as you are. So whether you are a single stay-at-home, whether you're a single parent, a stay-at-home parent, a college student, a busy working parent, an athlete, it doesn't matter. You know, you shouldn't be constantly comparing yourself to everybody else's standards and telling yourself that you don't measure up, that you're not perfect like Joe Schmo or Susie Schmo. I just picked Joe Schmo and Susie Schmo because that's the best I could come up with. But remember, you don't have to be perfect to be amazing. You just need to go out every day and just simply try to be that little much better. Because if you do, I can pretty much guarantee that, number one, you're going to be happier. Number two, you're going to love your life. And number three, people are going to run around thinking you're perfectly amazing and that they should live up to your standard. I'll catch you later.